second thing. I'm just, hi, everybody. Here we are, and we are live. All right. So welcome to Astro Wars with Diana Paul and Diane G. And I'm the moderator. Today, we're going to talk about several things. Diana's going to talk a little bit about her dream at Atlas A1 Atlas, however that goes. And Paul actually has some information to share with us as well. And then Diane G has got something that she would like to talk about, and we can all talk about. In the meantime, we do want to open up the chat if anybody has any questions about astral stuff, not any personal questions, please. We would really love it if your question can address something bigger that everybody can learn something. Yeah. And we got Arch Dragon 888 here. Hello. And amethyst, I can't say amethyst lapis. My tongue is tied. But anyway, welcome, honey. And Iris and Rush and let's see who else. Snucky and Opal Empress Lulu. Good to see you, sweetheart. Sarah and Mary Thornberry and Denise and Tam and Russian Gal. Hi, Valerie. It's nice to see you. Hi, Sonia Claiborne. Nice to see you, and hello to you as well, Robin. So thanks, everybody, for being here. So what I think I'll do first is I'm going to put up the pictures that Paul had gotten up for us so he can talk about them, and then we'll go from there. How about that? All right. So you want to talk first about these guys? Is that right?
Yeah, that's okay. Everybody knows that. On my ship, there's a new nature reserve. I started calling it the Star Garden, because really what it is, it's a garden up in the stars. You know, it's in the ship, and the ship is up in the stars. So anyways, when it first got opened up, and all these people started showing up, all these masters came in and stuff.
Wonderful.
And Metatron was there, Michael was there, Jesus was there, Buddha was there, somebody else that. Some lady master, I don't know her name is, but she was there. And then these guys filed in, and this is from Yogananda's lineage.
Okay.
Paramahansa Yogananda's the guy with the long hair, and he was first. Then was the guy with the beard, and the guy with the squinty eyes, and then the guy looking straight up. They filed up in there, one after the other. They didn't say anything. They just filed up in there, and I go, whoa. These guys are like, this is incredible. I mean, Yogananda was a yogi that was sent by the guy with the white hair and the beard in the 20s and 30s to the United States to teach in the United States yoga and that kind of stuff. And he was Yogananda's master. Now, the guy with the squinty eye, that was Swami Sri Yukteswar. Yukteswar. Anyways, and he was the master of Yogananda. Now, his master was Lahiri Mahasaya. Now, I got to say that when Swami Yukteswar died, and he died in India, and Yogananda was really upset because he wasn't there to be with him. And when he died, they gave him a whole planet to be like the master of. That was really incredible. So now the other guy, the Lahiri Mahasaya, I don't know that much about him, and I don't think that much has been said about him. He was his master. Now, Lahiri Mahasaya's master was Babaji. Now, Babaji is a very special person. He is one of these special person that's so high up that he doesn't die. He's been around for hundreds and thousands of years. And he is in the physical. This is the incredible thing. He's in the physical, and his body does not. It's him and his sister. I don't know his sister's name. His body doesn't cast a shadow, and he has students that go with him, and he hangs around the Himalayas and in that kind of area, and he has his own little group that he teaches and everything. Anyways, they filed in, and then they I don't know what they were doing. So let's go to the next picture.
Okay, so the next one is it this one?
No, that's the last one. That one. Yeah, that one. Okay, that's a place called Lake Shrine in Encinita, California. It's like a
Oh.
meditation garden area,
Mm-hmm.
and Terry has been there with her daughter. She told me about it. And anyways, there's a duplicate of that inside the nature preserve. And now after this happened, I know what they were doing. They were scoping out an area inside of it to make this area. It's kind of like it's got like gardening pathways and meditation little areas and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it's that's a special area. It's a little lake. And let's go to the next one with the little boat. And the little boat, you can see the different angle. It's not that big, but it's very nice.
Mm-hmm.
When they had the fires not too long ago in California, there was fires all around there, and the
Mm-hmm.
people who lived around them went down into the area and started spraying the water on all the buildings and everything, so it didn't burn down. Everywhere around they got burned down except here. That little boat is a little houseboat or pontoon boat where Joe and Enda used to go in there and write his famous autobiography of a yogi, which I recommend everybody to read or at least get a copy. You can get a free copy on the internet if you look for it. The Autobiography of a Yogi is called.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a very interesting book because he talks a lot about those four guys and other guys from India.
Mm-hmm.
And let's go to the last one. And that's behind where that white thing with the lotus things on top. That is a urn, and inside the urn is a portion of Mahatma Gandhi's ashes.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
So him and Yogananda were kind of buddies. So that's what's behind there.
Yeah. If anybody ever goes to Oahu, Hawaii, they have a beautiful Buddhist area there.
There was a
With all-
noise, like people
Yeah.
chanting.
Yeah. Right.
Anyways,
It's a
that's
beautiful
what's
place.
in there now.
All right. That's awesome. Very
That-
good.
I just wanted to let people know. Just get there and enjoy the place. There's
Yeah.
going to be more. There's going to be more things added to it. I just don't know what it is yet.
Mm-hmm.
What I want people to do is get there and enjoy it, and go there
Mm-hmm.
and relax and reintegrate.
Well,
I have
that's
a
very
question, Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the people who didn't watch the last episode, how can people get there?
Well, that's very easy. Just ask your higher self or you guys to take you there. And to get inside, you have to get past the ship. You have real business there. So if you have ulterior motives or whatever, they're going to let you in. So, and you can also use the med beds, the medical facilities there too. So that's all available to people who get to the ship.
Yeah.
That's on
Perfect.
my personal ship. My personal ship is called the Diane.
And you're just surrounded by Dianas. You got a Diana beside you, one below you, and you
Yes.
go.
And by the way,
We're all Dianas.
she picked that name herself. I didn't give her that name. She just picked it.
Right.
It was
Supergirl and Wonder Woman.
Yes.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. Wonderful. All right. So if some of you watched the Dream Show on Tuesday night, Diana explained that she was doing some work on a A1 atlas, and
Yep.
she has pictures and so on. So she's just going to highlight some of that information once again, so you can understand what she's been doing.
Okay, so I'm going to pray that the picture doesn't go away. So what you're looking at here, that resembles a pickle. In fact, Terry has been referring to it as the big pickle in the sky.
It looks like a pickle.
Yeah, right?
Yes.
That is 3i Atlas. Now, the tail part of what looks like a balloon is the entry into here. This is how I entered the spaceship, because it is a ship. Now, what was going on in there was the ground was covered in two different colors of moss. The lighter green is Scotch moss, And then the darker green, like walk through the woods and you'll see many different kinds of mosses. So each symbol had its own pillow of moss surrounding the shrubbery, which are the ones that look round. Everything else are symbols, and it is part of the coding that Kelly and I do. Now, after all of this was finished, what was going on, this is plant life. This is a higher form plant life. Everything is edible. And what was being grown is food. Food for the future us, food for what we need now to survive and prepare for the future us. And the future is as early as tomorrow. So where you see what looks like lightning, that area is where we exited. Now, all four of us were in there, and we were literally planting seeds and taking the benefits of them as we went on through the rest of the journey. This blue area that you see were actually crystals that were woven together with pieces that you see. Yeah. Were actually crystals. Uh-oh. What did I do? Woven together area that you see. How'd that happen? Were actually crystals. Welcome to the jungle. Oh, I know. I accidentally turned the volume up. Okay, so they are woven together with bits of wire. And what they reminded me of is Melchizedek's breastplate of emeralds and sapphires and everything else, all those jewels that were on it that went with the Ark of the Covenant. And then as we went and proceeded from this area, we looked at that. There were prisms bouncing everywhere. They were sparkling and just vibrating. It was beautiful. And then we were ushered into the restaurant part. And the four of us are sitting at this table. And we're having a wonderful time. So everybody on board that ship was a hybrid of some sort or another. Now, my take and what I've been told, which has been more than 2 weeks since I was given this information, is that it is a spaceship, it does have life, and they are the hybrid descendants of the Martians, for lack of a better term, the inhabitants of Mars, when a cataclysm happened that destroyed their planet, and Earth and Mars were like sister planets. And at that time, we were lucky enough to escape. I also imagine that what did happen to us brought some of those inhabitants to our planet. And that was also part of the star seeding for the inhabitants here on Earth at that time. So while we're having fun with all of these, with the dinner table, and the very handsome, tall, white-looking, blue cast skin, wearing blue waiter served us, and our table was covered with fermented foods. You think of it, you name it, it was in there, from ginger to asparagus, back all the way down through the alphabet. Any vegetable, including herring. Herring was on the table too. But anything that can be pickled and eaten, which that leaves a lot of food, was on this table. But it was all plant-based, except for the herring. So in that, as we were beginning to exit the dinner, it was like a grocery store. And in this grocery store was everything you could ever want fermented, pickled food. And that the process of pickling is what we need in order to get through this ascension process that we're going through. And we were told to tell them everything that we wanted, and it would be waiting for us when we got home. The last bit of this picture is right here. Sorry, it's back on this page. Thank you. Back here. We were put into little tiny pods with no room, then shot back out the torpedo end of the pickle and skittered through the universe close to each other. The four of us were having a gay old time. I mean, we're pressing our faces against the glass and doing all the silly things that kids would do. And we stayed together until we got back within Earth's realm. And then we split off to go to our own counties from there. What I really do believe is that fermented foods, the importance of eating like sauerkraut and even pickles, olives, things of that nature is important for our gut health and will help us keep this balance that we're all going through with. And even if all you do is add vinegar to a meal you're cooking, like if you're doing a stir fry, add extra vinegar in there. You'd be amazed at the flavor that it adds. And you'll get the benefits of having that vinegar to keep our blood pristine. Kombucha, cool. Very good. Yes. Yeah.
All I know is that I don't want any rotten cabbage. No kimchi for me.
I love kimchi though.
Oh, do you? Oh.
Yeah.
Well, there are some brands are better than others.
Yeah. Well, maybe my ex used to work with a guy that's all he ate. Ooh. And his house and his car stunk of kimchi. So it was a little, that might've been why. Yeah. Anyway.
There's another kimchi besides the one with tomato. I don't like the one with tomato.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that was a fascinating re-listen for me and for any other people that hadn't heard it before. Certainly, I'm dying to see what they're going to show you next. What other places are in there?
Right. That dream and this is the thing that sometimes your dreams connect night after night, and that dream was a 3-night dream. And okay. I knew I was there because they always showed me that first scene before I got to the next one.
Right.
Yeah, I gotta ask you, Diana. You know the sun blew up yesterday.
Oh yeah,
that wasn't an emission. That was a blow up. I mean, it looks like it just exploded. It was headed towards this thing, and
well, no, they're not that.
I wonder if it's going to survive. I don't know.
It survived. It survived. Watch, Stefan just dropped a video about an hour and a half ago. It survived. It is out there beeping, and at this point, it's not in the perihelium to the sun. That the radiation storm that is coming off of it is just now getting close to it. It's like you have to think of it in astronomical measurements. So it's a little bit different than astrological. And it is like 3 point some kind of whatever the word is away from the sun. When it is in the perihelium on the 29th, it will be 1.5. I just want to say sectors because we at least can relate to that word. But that's not what the word is. It's something else. So it'll be closer when it's really up on the sun. It's still not exactly visible anyway, because it is close enough to the light that is emitted from the sun to be lost to cameras. Like the planet Vulcan is lost to us. We can't see it because it travels so close with the sun.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy because I wonder if it's going to. I think. I mean, I've been told that it's going to. The explosion is going to knock it off course somewhat. It may not come out the other end, or it might come out at a different spot. So I don't know what's going to happen.
I'm not arguing with you because we both get our own messages, and I don't see that happening. It is still on course according to what they can see, it is still on course to be where it's supposed to be.
So Lauren said, Alexander Quinn said the sun is refueling the
Yes,
3
thank you. Yes, that was another thing I was just going to
Okay.
bring up because I was watching that yesterday.
Okay. So, wow. Well,
And it does. It refuels us. It gives us a big bolt, but then some of us get
Fall
a reaction to that big jolt. You know.
I had to spend my early morning in the hot tub. I was in so much pain.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's bad for us that have that issue.
Definitely. I can't walk. I can't walk and I can't keep my balance. And this is a yoga master who stands with one leg up in the air, you know.
Yeah.
Can't do a headstand, but I can definitely.
I can do that, but you're going to have to call 911.
Well, and I can't do it. I can't do anything right now.
Yeah.
You know, it's a drawback for all of us who have reactions to this. And the people who are psychic and have empathy and people who have autoimmune usually have psychic abilities. And we're the ones feeling it the most.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to let Diane G bring up the next topic. And then we're going to come back and Paul, you can talk about what you'd like to talk about with Atlas. And then we have some questions already in the chat. So we'll get to those. I want Diane to be able to, and I'm going to make, there you go.
We actually had a topic brought up during Terry's meditation tribe this morning about hybrids. This topic was brought up by Pamela Anderson. So shout out to Pamela Anderson. She said she's driving right now, but she will join us later or watch the replay. So what are hybrids? For me, hybrids are people on Earth right now who have a higher concentration of genetic DNA from other star systems. It's different from star seeds because star seeds are we're like souls who incarnated on Earth, and we are originated from other star systems or even galaxies. In the case of hybrids, we have genetic DNA from different star systems. In that sense, we all are hybrids because we have genetic makeup from other star beings when we were being seeded. But for this episode, we'll talk about hybrids in the higher concentration of DNA. We can become hybrids through different means. Like one is through sex. Our Earth ancestors, they how do I say this? They had sexual relationships with star beings, and their offsprings became hybrids. So that's one of the ways that we can become hybrids, and there are other ways as well. Me, for example, I'm a Pleiadian hybrid, and I was told that DNA was added to me while I was a toddler, before I was 3 years old. So that's how I became a hybrid. But there are also other purposes of why there are hybrids. For example, gray hybrids are beings who are like half-half. Gray hybrids do they know they are hybrids? Not always. Actually, I got to know that I was a hybrid through Diana Bowles. I had an Akashic Records reading with her, and she said, "You're a hybrid." And I was like, what the heck is a hybrid? So now I know. Thank you, Diana. So where was I? Okay, gray hybrids. Gray hybrids, the grays rather, are from Zeta Reticuli, and they have lost the means to have babies and to reproduce. So they are currently working with us and working with different people to produce offsprings. And usually the people they work with are women who can't bear children. They are being taken to ships, and there are scientific processes being done so that they can bear offsprings. Usually they are twins. One is a gray hybrid and one is a human hybrid. What I mean by a human hybrid is a gray human, but they look more like human. That's why they are human hybrid. If they are more gray looking, they are called gray hybrids. And then the gray hybrid is given to the gray mother or the gray parent, and then the human hybrid stays here on Earth. So those are the different ways in how we become hybrids. And we become hybrids for our mission. Personally, I believe that I took on the soul contract to being a hybrid because I have a mission to transmute energy on Earth. I was told that if I didn't become a hybrid, it would be much difficult for my body to do transmutation on land and on different places. So I believe that's the mission and why I became a hybrid. But we have different hybrids here. Diana Bowles is a hybrid, and Paul is a hybrid. So I would like to ask you guys, what were your experiences as hybrids as well?
Well, me,
No.
I have I'm mostly Palladian. Okay, I have some Arcturian, and I don't know why they threw in there a little bit of reptilian. I guess it's just to strengthen the other pieces. I have personally a hate love relationship with Greys, and because of what they did here with forcing people to do stuff, and they abducted people. That's not being done right now. And let me tell you, any one of them that does that, oh, they get picked up right away, and they get extradited, and their whole clan and their whole group, because they hang around clans, the whole group is not allowed to come back near here anymore. And there's been at least one case that I know of one gray lady who was so pig-headed, basically, that she said, I'm just going to keep doing what I want. And then, well, she got picked up. So, so in my own experience, I think it's helped heighten up the gifts, or whatever you want to call them, that you require while you're here doing whatever it is that you need to do. That's basically how I understand it.
Same here, Paul.
Yeah. And Diana, got to turn on your sound.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Thanks to Diane G, I know that most of my heritage comes from Andromeda and Beta Centauri, with one lifetime in Apollonia, or part of my star seed is Apollonian. And I definitely am well aware both Beta and Andromeda are about community. And the drive to get beehives going stems from that desire for community service. And everything that I have done in my life has been community service as a volunteer basis, from teaching catechism classes to taking care of being the church mouse and going in and cleaning up the church and things of that nature, rescuing raptors once I was finished with raising children of my own, going off and rescuing raptors. And that, especially in Virginia, meant driving in all over the place and bringing them back to my area of Virginia. So I've always been in community-based thought, being a hippie. I was like living in a commune. And so even just raising my kid, we did a lot of things, and I did a lot of things volunteering for groups that he was in the football. When he was in high school playing football, I was in the sports thing and doing all that. So anyways, there's been that experience my whole lifetime. So it just made perfect sense when she explained to me all of those lifetimes that I've had. And then my first interaction made me also realize that, and I'm not, please help me, because I don't know exactly where my Manthus past comes from. But the very first interaction I had with an AET was seeing a praying mantis my size on my front porch with me right around my 5th birthday. I stood up, he was the same height. I sat back down on the stoop, he sat down, we were the same height. He had a praying mantis face, and he had the body of a lubber grasshopper, the blue lubber grasshopper. So he had chevron markings all up and down his abdomen that were yellow, and it was a deep, deep indigo blue, and then the head of a praying mantis. And I really felt like he was an ancestor. I felt like, oh my God, it was my grandpa's here, you know? Of course,
Yeah.
I played face contact with him, but then I got up to go get my mom to come and see him. And of course, by then he was gone. So it was back to quit making stuff up, Diana.
Oh.
I've never experienced anything negative with them.
I would love to meet a mantis. I haven't, that at least I can remember. I'd probably faint, but it would be interesting to know at least one of them, because they're supposed to be very, very intelligent and psychic too. So,
well, you know, that's another thing. Mantis, the creature here on Earth, comes to me all the time. I have one when I'd be out mowing the lawn, would just hop around through the grass following me. It's not like he went someplace to protect himself. He just move over to the next row and move over to the next row.
That's cool.
That's interesting. Yeah. So, Diana, you asked what past life that was. Usually, mantids are from Antares or Andromeda. So, I'm leaning more towards an Andromedan past life for you.
Okay. Then that just adds even more to the flavor of the story. Thank you, for sure.
You're very welcome.
Yep.
Aley, I don't know. Aley, you keep saying that you're from here, right?
I had an original life here, but that doesn't really mean anything to me now, because it reminds me, I have my new dog. She's a Shih Tzu, but people are getting out of the breeding business because people want designer dogs. They want sheepoos and malshees and all these different hybrid animals. And so it's like, that's what's coming for the planet right now. And so, but Diane G did do a list of the different places that I have been as well. And, but I don't want to come back here again. I want to go to a real laid back place. I don't like
I want to say that Diane has done a really wonderful job of scoping this out for people. So if you have any questions about yourself specifically, contact her.
Thank you.
I'm sure she'll work an arrangement with you.
I'm sure she will.
Thank you.
You're the historian.
You are.
Oh, thank you.
You are.
Well,
She has the talent for really
a better name for her.
Yeah.
Job description is alien finder.
I want to bring
I love that.
Because you're talking about hybrids, I want to bring this up because when I first opened my channel, I had a situation where I worked with some people that we talked about ETs and so on. And they almost didn't want to talk about them at that time, because every time they did, they got visited by them and they were bothered by them all the time. And they said they didn't want that. But this particular person who was talking on my show, she had gone to the doctor and she had the female parts checked out. And they said, "When did you lose your baby?" Or, she said, "I've never been pregnant." As a matter of fact, she was not ever with a man because she was a lesbian. And so she didn't, and she wasn't raped. She didn't, none of that. And somebody said, and then this person figured out that they must have been carrying a hybrid. So can I move the direction of this talk a little bit that way, Diane? I'd love to know what you guys think about that too. Yeah.
From a higher dimensional perspective, everyone who gets abducted or gets on the ships they are contracted. They have soul contracts to experience this or to carry babies for other star beings.
Okay.
Mostly for the grace nowadays. In the 60s and 70s, a lot of people were being abducted in its truest sense because they weren't, they didn't, they don't know, they didn't know that they were abducted and they didn't consent to it.
Right.
But that has stopped. Paul has mentioned it has stopped. So
It better,
nowadays it's
I
more,
find out.
yes, nowadays it's more contractual. So I believe this person that you're talking about, Ali, may have been, may have had a soul contract to carry babies.
Yeah.
And
Right.
with the trend, it's likely a gray baby. Again, that's to help the gray aliens to reproduce because they've lost that ability to reproduce.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
And
when
so you're thinking that they're just not remembering that they
Yes.
agreed to that contract, at least at that time. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, I want to say that it's not just hybrids. I mean, how many children you have on the other side from this? I mean, I find out that I have 16 from the same lady, and
Huh?
16. You had 14 a year ago.
well, 16. I actually met one of them down here in one of the chats, and I say, "Hello, daughter," and she like freaked out and ran off. Never seen her again. So.
Uh-huh.
So,
Yeah.
anyways, I mean, I must have been busy, I guess. I don't know. The ladies is up on the Athena somewhere, and I know that much. For one say, just one person is no. That's a
Well,
lot.
you know, for a male as well, you're just donating your sperm, and they can do that in a lot of different ways, right? So, you know,
Well, I don't know.
It could, I believe it could be sperm or other parts of our DNA.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
interesting. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes-
Shine
sometimes
Truth
the
actually
process-
mentioned.
Sometimes the process takes that turn, but a lot of time it just goes the same way that we have babies over here. So,
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah.
it depends on the situation, I guess.
Yep.
Yes, it depends. Shine Truth says Sasani's right. It's one of the hybrid, I believe, races of gray aliens, Sasanis, but there are others as well. I believe Ibans are another offshoot of gray aliens, as well as the Yayals. They are the future humans who have gray DNAs as well.
Okay.
So, that reminds me. We also got a question from Pamela. What about her children? Are they hybrids as well? So I believe that they are also hybrids since they carry the genetic DNA for that. Although, after generations and generations, they do get watered down. So another race or the same race maybe may also contract their children or their descendants to be hybrids or to have that DNA added to them as well in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we ought to devote a whole new show to this subject because I'm sure there's a lot of interest in it, and I'm certainly interested. I'm interested in it. So maybe we can have one in the future and then talk about the whole thing. It's very fascinating.
It is very fascinating. So Pam Anderson asks, I'm curious what we're mixed with. The general population of human beings are mixed with a lot of races. There are Pleiadians, so we carry genetic traits of Pleiadians. For the Nordic ones, we see like blonde and blue eyes. They're very tall people. For Arcturians, we have black-haired people, and usually they have like Middle Eastern or European Italian looks. Like I keep telling Paul that he has Arcturian features, like black hair. Black hair and very fair skin. Another one from our community who has that feature is Dr. Gale, Skywalking with Moon.
Yeah, she's got black hair. I don't know. I don't know how ladies do it, but I mean, they usually all. I think all ladies dye their hair, anyways. So,
but they have that feature. Another person who has those features are Vivian Chauvet.
Viviani. Yeah.
Vivian Chauffet.
Got dark hair.
Yeah, dark hair and those features. So we see that there are traits that are carried over from these genes. Like Hadarian DNA, we have like really unruly hair. That's
Uh-huh.
very hard to manage. So
Green
we
hair.
carry those DNA traits.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wow. So, all right. I'm going to see if there's anything that has to do with A1 Atlas. If you, Paul, if you have something else to say, go ahead, because we're going to start taking some comments from the
Well,
chat.
I mean, we're at a standoff right now. We're waiting to have it go behind the sun and see what comes out the other end.
Uh-huh.
When and if it does come out, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, a lot can happen, a lot cannot happen. So we're just waiting to see what
We're
happens.
just waiting. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Those of you asking about your star family, this isn't really the place that we're going to do that because everybody would want to know. And Diane has to do some, if you want to know, contact her. She'll let you know. It does take her some time to do it. And a donation would probably be expected since it's a lot of work. So just let her know.
It's a list.
It's a list.
It's a list
It
of
is.
all the
It's
star.
a really good list. I mean, my
Yeah.
list had
I
26
did.
entries.
I had a list this long. So yep.
28
Anyway.
on mine.
Yep. So
26 is a lot.
here's a question from the Magical Mermaid. I wonder if local ETs have access to other dimensions. I like the question.
Sure.
Sure. Sure.
Short answer is yes.
On 3-1 Atlas, you know, they went out 3-1-3I. They went out into other universes and had contact with other beings, and they're not the same people that left or beings that left from the planet Mars. And so, of course, now they're a hybrid nation of its own, of many different races, like so many of us. I'm Polish, German, French, and Russian. You know, I mean, and so like so many of us have these different strains in us. And when the DNA came back, oh, I'm also Jewish. Good thing I've been putting a menorah out for a long time, you know.
Yes, so.
Right? So yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
When I had my 23andMe done many moons ago, I found out I had 87% more Neanderthal than most people on Earth, and I found that to be the most fascinating thing that I found in my DNA. Yeah.
Wow. And
I know.
Diane told you were here first, right?
I was here first, so that made a lot of sense. That's right. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, the Neanderthals are supposed to be very. We're supposed to be very psychic because I mean they weren't very vocal other than grunting and stuff. But I mean they communicated just like we do, but it was all with their minds because their brains were kind of bigger than ours, and they had a different pathway that they took.
So you have to wonder if that Vulcan mind meld is true.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. A lot of the stuff in Star Trek was.
I know.
Well,
Ray Bradbury.
Roddenberry used to go to this psychic lady, and they used to channel all kinds of star beings and stuff. And he got a lot of those ideas from those channelings back then. Of course, it was hush hush because of course, if it ever got out, he would have never been able to do the show. So a lot of those topics and stuff came from that.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, the same thing with George Lucas.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the guy.
I mean,
the guy was totally plugged in.
Totally plugged in, and the characters that, like, even now you look at the Mandalorian. Well, that's the Blue Kachina. The Mandalorian is the life of the Blue Kachina.
Yeah.
And their whole theme is they cannot take off their helmet in front of the uninitiated. And that is the rule of the Blue Kachina. So when the Blue Kachina comes here and takes his helmet off, we won't need that kind of ceremony. It doesn't mean that we should stop ceremony or ritual, but we won't need the old Hopi ceremonies because everybody's initiated. You are now elevated. So now you move on to another ritual, another ceremony, another life level, another DNA strand connected that puts you in that 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th frame, or even above 16 to 24 or more.
Well, Diane, isn't the Star Wars the story of the Orion Wars?
Yes, a lot of scenes from Star Wars remind me of Orion
Yeah.
and Orion Wars.
And then we got the Ewoks, and they're just Shisus.
And look it, you got one on your lap.
You got one.
Yeah, well,
I got an Ewok. I got my own private Ewok. Yeah.
Yep. I want one of those when I have room.
Yeah, I get you. I get you. Garnet has brought this up a couple times, and we just were so busy we weren't able to really address it. And so he told his cousin about a 2022 encounter of a UFO bigger than a football field. And she said, "Don't you wonder if they more or less abducted me? It's made me wonder, though I don't think it happened." What have you seen? I mean, I know you've said, Paul, that some of these ships are as big as 2 or more miles or whatever.
Well, they have ones bigger than the moon. Some of them are bigger than the moon. Like the Athena, the Athena can change sizes. I mean, I've seen the Athena as big as the moon and bigger than the moon. It also splits into different ships. I've seen it split up to 17 times one time.
Mm-hmm.
That was the how critical the situation was back then. And after the situation passes, it just goes back into the world.
It's like wrapping up your luggage and putting it away.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's one of the features of that type of class of ship. It's a classification. It's a special classification of ship.
Mm-hmm.
It's big. My command ship is at least 2 miles long, and it can grow size. It can be more round. It can be more spindle-like and whatever. But it's just as capable as the Athena. It's just smaller.
See, I saw my ship in 1966, and it was just this. It was probably just a module of a bigger ship, but that I don't see these big ones like you guys do. So.
Usually, the really big ones
don't
come to the planet. They don't come to the planet. What you see here out of the is a planet. They call planetary ships, basically for coming down in and leaving, and then some of them even have the capability of solar system travel. But they're anything other than that, they take the huge ones. They're big.
All right.
Garnet, this was for you. This is Ginger, my new pendulum. It's made of copper. Wow. And it was giving me a definite yes. You were abducted, but do not concern yourself. It wasn't an evil abduction. There was no malice intention. There was a contact between you and the residents of that ship.
Well, he says he remembers 2 beautiful looking, a blonde man and woman in blue sparkling suits. So yeah.
I wouldn't call it an abduction. I would call it an interaction.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But they took you up there.
Yeah. And they can do that several ways. They come down and get you, or they can just like beam you up. They do have transfer teleporters.
Linda's saying that SETI has jumped into high gear with the 3-1 Atlas. So it makes one say, the SETI project is now really checking transmissions that have been coming our way for years. I did hear that there was a signal when they were on the other side of the sun before that blowout. They did get a signal from what they thought was the Atlas.
Yes, they did. Yeah.
Well, the whole thing is Atlas is multidimensional, so you just cannot say it's just 3D. It's multidimensional. There's more than one dimension on it. Right, Diana?
11D, 12D.
Right, Diana? It is multidimensional, whatever that is, for whatever the reason. I don't know. But that the sun blowing up and it's going to hit it. I don't know if it hit it already. That's got to be very significant.
They're exchanging energy as 3I Atlas goes past each planet. It is upgrading each planet. Next, it goes to Venus. Then it comes to us. When it is with the sun, it's still kind of in the track of Mars. It is upgrading. Am I keeping you awake?
No, I've been falling asleep all day today. I mean, I slept good last night.
Well,
so
because
watching watching something
we're in
on
a
today,
radiation.
and I fell asleep for about an hour.
We're in a radiation storm, so all of us are suffering.
Yes.
I don't know what it is.
Well, we're in a radiation.
Diane G, does blood type matter with regard to deciding what someone's hybrid status might be?
I believe so.
Okay.
Although it's not a deciding factor. I think she's asking about it because there are these things about the Rh negative blood type.
Yeah.
I believe some or most of the Rh negative people are hybrids or have hybrid DNAs.
Yeah.
But not all of them. So
Not
it's
all
not
of
a deciding factor. How about you, Diana? What do you get about that?
I'm Rh negative, so I'm going to say yes, because I've been loony all my life, according to some people.
Aren't we all?
I don't think it matters that much because if you're a hybrid, that means that the combination that you're carrying, it has to be for a reason, and it doesn't. I mean, you are who you are. The blood types that I think I'm AB. I don't pay that much
Type isn't the issue. It is the Rh factor.
Yeah,
I don't
the
know what
Rh
that is.
factor.
I have no clue.
Well, that's whether you're negative or positive.
I have no idea.
If you were born that way with one of them,
whatever the mutts have, that's what I have.
well, if you're born with one of them, if you have a child, they usually have to completely change the blood in the child, or they'll die.
Well, you get Rogaine. You get a shot of Rogaine. And it's the same Rogaine that cuts, grows hair. For the parent, I got the shot of Rogaine, so I wouldn't give birth to any Rh negative factor child after my first child. So I have given 3 live births. My first child did not have a blood transfusion, but I got the shot. So she probably did not have Rh negative to begin with. But then my sons did not have it, but I had the shot after her birth.
Okay. Shine Truth says she, I think it's a she, thinks future Sasanis will be in Hawaii. Any thoughts?
What's Sasani?
They're Bashar's race. They are a hybrid of gray aliens.
Okay. Okay.
I'm just kidding.
Well, I mean, the most people, the most ET races that you hear about are the Greys here, but I don't think that's actually true. I mean, because they're probably the most visible, the most ETs that we have here right now are the Pleiadians, because they look like us. We just don't know they're there.
Well, Hawaii is, part of Lemuria.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so if we think of that, it's like open game, right? It's not really connected to here. It's out in the middle of the ocean.
Right. Right. Do Palladians have lower body temperatures?
I haven't asked, but I am asking right now.
Okay.
They have
because some people have a different body temperature, and that's for them. That just it's always been that way for them, and you have to wonder, if that would be the same thing for someone off planet.
I'm getting a no on this. That Pleiadians don't have lower body temperatures, and I'm thinking it's because there are Pleiadian planets that are very similar to Earth.
Uh-huh.
So I think, based on temperature, they also have similar temperatures to us.
Uh-huh.
Well, Dr. Gill just had a show where she talks about the different types of Pleiadians, because most Pleiadians that you hear about are the Nordics. I mean, they're usually very beautiful people. The women are gorgeous. You see one of them and you drop dead, and oh my God. And the men are also very handsome. That's the way that they are. But there's also different types. There's darker color Pleiadians and darker hair, and she said there's even some type that has like a greenish bluish type of skin color, and there was she said there was like 12 different types, and the same thing goes for the Arcturians. And Arcturians are now like big-headed blue guys. They're different types. So it's at least we know of at least 4 of them. I don't know exactly if there's more. There probably is more.
Probably. Yeah.
So, Pamela, who are the aliens that look like a Halloween ghost costume with a white sheet? They don't have a nose, just eyes. Casper.
Some little kid asking for candy.
No, I think she's being serious. So I just.
I don't know of any. I mean, you have the tall whites, which are supposed to be so white they look like paper. And there was a guy by the name of James Hall that he had a lot of interactions with him out in the deserts close to Area 51 back in the '60s when he was in the army, or I think he was in the army. He got chosen to be like the one that could only talk to these guys and see them, and he's written a lot of books about it. I like the guy. I mean, I think he's legit.
Which aliens have gill slits?
Gill slits.
Gill slits.
Yeah.
Those would be aquatics.
Oh, well, probably from a water planet, I would think. Yeah.
Yeah, aquatics that can either be out in the air or in the water.
I'm getting Sirius B and Mintaka.
Yeah,
That's
makes sense. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to bring this up. This is our last comment question for the day, and we'll see you again next week. But I've seen a lot of videos where reptilians, the eyes have rolled back, and then and I've also seen like a glitch in the head where the person is this way and then turns its whole head around like an owl. Is that how reptilians show themselves?
well, a snake is capable of that. And
well, remember at the when Trump was brought in and Elon was standing behind him, and he was doing all this weird stuff, and his eyes got really weird and up in his head and everything else. Somebody said he was reptilian.
Who was doing that?
Elon.
Oh,
he is reptilian.
He's a weirdo Martian. That's what he is.
Okay.
Oh, now. 3-Eye Atlas is from Mars.
Yeah. It's possible. Reptilians have their genetic trait usually is very noticeable with the eyes. So I think it was possible that who you saw was a reptilian. Although I want to remind everyone that not all reptilians are bad.
I get you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, there's some papers floating in the internet called the Lasarta files, where supposedly some reptilian lady got interviewed for several times. I mean, they're pretty long, and she claimed to have been a Earth reptilian, a native here. So
and most reptiles on Earth have 2 sets of eyelids, going this way and then going this way. And when when they grow, they shed their skin, you can see the different eyelids. You can on a snake, you can even see the eyelashes that they exist. So quite possibly they didn't necessarily roll back in the head, but rather the lid that goes this way closed up,
Okay.
or on her eyes, because she's part human, the lid that goes this way closed up.
Well,
That makes sense.
I mean, it could have been, with Leah, she probably just saw a shapeshifter. I mean,
I was going to say they glitch
I know they do
sometimes.
shape shift.
Yeah.
And if it was in the DMV, I can say,
Right. I mean, there's
right in
plenty
the
of them
DMV
working there.
or Walmart,
Right.
Well,
And-
those are
and-
Walmartians that are at Walmart.
the Walmart. I mean, there's a lot of strange people at Walmart.
No, there's a lot on YouTube. Look up the word Walmartians,
Oh,
and you will see the people of
Right.
Walmart. Yes.
I'm going to do that
that's probably
later.
what you saw, and then it probably nobody but her saw it.
Maybe because Leah is tapped in, she could see it.
Yeah.
Nobody-
Oh,
That's possibly.
Yeah.
exactly. And
You can see the glitches.
Leah brought it up this morning, and we all had a good laugh because Terry said, well, she's working at the DMV. There's a lot of those there.
Thank you. Wow. Well, guys, we've managed to knock out another hour.
Wow.
And so I want to thank Diane G and Paul White Dragon and Diana Bowles for being here and answering questions and giving us great information. And we'll be back in 2 weeks. Same time, same channel. If you have any questions that are questions that you'd like us to talk about, send any one of us an email and say, I'd love you to talk about this on the Astral Show. And we'll have something to come and bring to you that you may be interested in. Usually what we do like is for it to, be for more than just one of us. It's for everybody to be able to get some of this information. And if you have any personal questions, of course, you can always email us and just, for instance, Diane G and ask her about where you've lived. Or maybe Diana knows where you've been hybrided from. So anyway, thank you so much, everybody. Thank you all for being here. Everybody have a beautiful day.
Awesome. Total awesome.